I dey give my distance, I'm working on my patience, cause the egos make sense, you know time is of the essence. She gave me a reason, I'm plugging and I listen, I'm slicing and mixing, I'm just jamming to the music, say, man I go wickedy all time, you never know who's gonna be the next to turn slide, I run my pee and I only take words, my mind said the other chest I had to go, use all of my tools combined, you never know who's gonna be the next in line, I did my lane so they no go use me, shine, said the other custom by, say, so me say don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, steady at the chest oh, don't worry, worry, oh, don't worry. Rabbits on my mind, I hustle all the time. I know send all you day over my life. Got me heading outside, see my light must shine. Taking up your timeline, I got design. I need no pressure, I need attention. I wanna be sure, make no tension. Man, I go wickedy all time. You never know who's gonna be the next to turn slide. I run my pee and I only take words. My hand said he had the chest I had to go, use all of my tools combined. You never know who next in line. You never know who next in line. Said he had the custom bind. Say, so me say, don't worry. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. Steady had the chest oh, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, steady at the custom bind. Steady at the custom bind, oh, at the custom. Steady at the custom bind.
To TK Maxx. Wasn't that amazing? It's always great to have your company on Weekend Deal, especially as we're championing Nigeria first. See how we are tired today, you know? It's a Nigeria kind of thing. You see the map, you see the pride, you see the dignity. Nigeria is marching and Weekend Deal is here. Keep abreast with us today. Let's celebrate and champion Nigeria together. And that's how we make great strides to NTA Jazz. And they are part of the package. They are the show opener for today. Let's see what they got. All in a bid to champion our great country. See you.
The true strength of Nigeria lies in our ability to stand together. It's time to shift our focus to the power of unity and collective action. Championing Nigeria First is a movement that calls on every Nigerian to take ownership and pride in our nation's development.
A champion is someone who wants to unite, who is willing to do things that will bring unity. And it is out of deep love for the country that these champions have stood out and have become resilient and people who project the country in good light.
Join us as we shine our spotlight on Nigerians in Plateau State who are making a difference.
We want to leave this to the Plateau State government for recognizing the fact that we are here for our fabric and nothing else for the fabric.
Meet Christabel Bentu, a champion of change. She's creating jobs through her fashion show, promoting tourism, culture, and local talents, and making a real impact in the fashion world.
I used to say to people, I am an unadulterated Plateau person because both my father and mother are from Plateau. And again, I'm proudly telling you now that I am also an unadulterated Nigerian, because both parents are Nigerian, grandparents are Nigerian, and so I'm proudly a Nigerian. So it means a lot to me. So I try to champion anything in my own little way that will improve this country, that will take us forward, and that will bring knowledge to those that don't know what Nigeria is all about.
Plateau State is blessed with rich cultural heritage, and through Tin City Fashion Week, made in Nigeria fabrics are showcased, putting Plateau on the map as a fashion hub and empowering local designers to create global competitive brands.
Tin City Fashion Show, it started like a dream. It started 5 years ago. Actually, my sister and a friend of hers came to me, and they wanted to do something about fabrics, something about exhibition of Nigerian fabrics, you know, from all over Nigeria. But somehow we started, but it didn't take off, you know. And then while we were at that, someone now sent me the fabric maps of Nigeria. And I looked at it. It's so colorful, so beautiful. And in my usual self, wanting to educate myself with anything I find, I opened it up and zoomed into Nigeria. And when I got to Nigeria, I only saw 2 or 3 fabrics. And I was like, how can a whole Nigeria have only 2 or 3 fabrics? And I look at it, I can only see the ashoke, the tie and dye, you know, and all that. I was like, no, there was no fabric depicting the northern part of Nigeria.
Christabel Bentu, a Nigerian who champions positive change by lifting standards of living of individuals in various communities. Her story reminds us that Nigeria First is not just a slogan, it is a way of life.
We all have to do our little bits to contribute to our society. Wherever you find yourself, contribute your own little quarter to it. And that's what we've tried to do with Tin City. At the time Tin City started 5 years ago, people used to think that you come to Jos and die on the streets of Jos because of the unfortunate situations that we found ourselves in.
From the lush forests of southern Nigeria to the majestic mountain and waterfalls of Plateau, Nigeria is a land of beauty and wonder. Let's celebrate our nation's natural treasures and the people who make it great. Join the movement. Let's champion Nigeria first. Together, we can build a brighter future for all Nigerians. This is the Nigeria we champion. This is the Nigeria we celebrate. This is Nigeria first.
Thank you so much, NTA Jos. They're urging all of us to put Nigerian first. Join the crusade. Nigerian should be first. I had an uncle that used to say that he's unapologetically an optimistic Nigerian. I used to love that phrase a lot. That is what we are promoting here on the show today. Our first guest is here, someone who loves Nigeria unapologetically, and his pedigree shows it all. He is the chief commissioner, Public Complaint Commission, Honorable Bashir Abubakar, MFR. Let's see his profile.
Honorable Abubakar, welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you so much, Thelma.
Okay, you have a very impressive profile, but why you're here today, the main reason is because you're a patriot. and your antecedent and your lifestyle has embodied that over time, to the extent where you have seen the need to begin to talk to young people in different ways. Good a thing, we're on the same road, because just a few weeks back, Apostle Goodheart was here talking about mentoring. That when we take young people, we bring them under our wings, we are helping them to pass or trek a path we have already done, and it makes it easier for them, and they make less mistakes. Is that right, Honorable?
Very much correct.
Okay, amazing. Yes. So as we champion Nigeria First today together, just speak a little bit about how you have impacted youths in Nigeria and everywhere, as long as they hold that green, white, green flag.
Well, thank you so much for having me this morning in this very, very important program. And I appreciate the topic of today, having Nigeria first. When you look at what goes around all over the globe, it is the youth that make it up for their country. And luckily for me, let me put it that way, I had all my youthful exuberance in my domain, within my own town, that is the city of Zaria. If you've ever, I'm sure you must have heard of Zaria.
We've also been there.
Certainly. Any Nigerian who has not passed through that town, I mean, I'm sorry for that person anyway. Just kidding. Either you're in the private sector or in your military or paramilitary, you have to, in one way or the other, have a path with that city. So I had my primary school education over there, secondary education, and invariably even the university education. I'm a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University in 1984. So you can imagine we took our town to be very important. And having passed through the rudiments of social vices, I became very active in terms of development within my own scope of community. And I belong to virtually a lot of youth groups in the city. And as a matter of fact, I came back from Zaria around 7 p.m. yesterday because of this very special program.
Oh, thank you, sir.
What was I in Zaria for? I was there specifically to attend our yearly AGM program of Zazzau or Zaria Education Development Association. We had our AGM. It started on Friday and it ended up yesterday. We had this erudite lecturer, a former minister, Professor Ali Ibrahim Pantami, who was the guest lecturer on Friday. So I was there specifically because I'm a board of trustee member. So you can see how I have been going. Now, we had one of the elders of the country, Professor Jerry Ghana, whom back then when I was in the university, he used to encourage the Nigerian youth that whatever thing you are doing, do it well.
Yes.
Wow.
He is talking about the positivity.
Yeah.
Whatever thing you are doing, do it very well. So as a youth, I don't believe, or I should see, any young person coming up, if he's a tailor, if he's a mechanic, he has to have confidence in what he does. He has to have confidence in his country.
Indeed.
And of course, by so doing, integrity should be his watchword. He should be able to be accountable to every bit of action he does, as far as that his profession or place of interest is. So I think, Thelma, when you want to encourage youth, the first thing you should do is for them to have their country, because they have no other country other than Nigeria. Wherever you go, you have to be thinking of back home. I think if I should
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
You see, we keep talking about unity being our strength, given our diversity. You can imagine we have over 500 ethnic groups in Nigeria. And we keep saying that we don't want our local languages to die. People must know where they come from. How do you put this side to side? And where tribalism, so tribalism does not affect our unity as a people. We all come from different places. I'm an Idoma woman. She is Benin, and you are from Zaria. How do we teach our children so that they know that, yes, you come from where you come, but Nigeria is first. You're first Nigerian before you are Idoma. How can we separate it so that we don't have issues of tribalism in Nigeria?
Yeah, I think at this point in time, let me put virtually 70 to 80% of the problems from the elders. And to some extent, even religious leaders. I happen to be going to the different mosques from my youth. I don't think I have ever passed through anywhere where I have been taught to hate any tribe or to hate any religion. But today, we have so many societies within the country that the hatred of a particular religion or a particular section or a particular tribe is being developed into the minds of the youth from day one. So I think this is part of the problems we have. And I attribute this to a large extent on system breakdown. Because in Nigeria, I think we only know about celebration. We don't talk about the other side of celebration, encomiums. When you do something wrong, there must be repercussion to that. And that is the only way the society can go about on its path to development. In my youthful life, my plan was to be in the military. And so in secondary school, I passed through the rudimentation of military training. We had school cadets, and every weekend we had the trained military personnel coming from Zaria Depot to train us. And just like we had Boy Scout, we had Man Owo, and that's how we had school cadets. It was virtually in a lot of schools then, just personal interest. So my plan was to be in the military. Why? It is because of the discipline I see in the military. And I felt, yes, this is where I should belong. Along the line, I found myself in another profession, though paramilitary at the same time. And there is no regret, and I'm very happy about it. So coming back to our point, I think the parenthood matters a lot. Religious leaders should say a lot in trying to see how they harness the diversity, how they give their own contribution. People should be treated. Let me quote from Martin Luther King, where he said he wants to see an America where people should be judged by their action, not on the basis of their color or skin.
But the content of their character.
The content of their character.
Yeah.
So I think that is the path to which Nigeria should be seen, growing and harnessing together and being together.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Bashir. There's lots more. It's like, as Patience often says, we're in a master class. So you see how avidly we're listening because we interact with young people besides our children on a daily basis. Yes. And we can see that this is the best time to begin to touch them and impact them because they are the ones that will be the game changers in the not too distant future. In fact, we hear that the game should start to change right now. You are watching Weekend Deal, your favorite breakfast television program on the globe. If we do say so ourselves. Because Honorable Bashir has begun the quotes, let me lean on one of my great friends who has demised at this time, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. He says, don't judge me by who I am or my stature. Judge me by how many times I fall and rise, okay? And Nigeria is on the brink, of greatness. And we need all hands to be on deck to get this done. And that's how we go to Uyo It takes a village, right? So Uyo is going to sit at the center table at this time and let us know what it means to put Nigeria first.
A nation as diverse and dynamic as Nigeria, unity is not just a virtue, it is a strategic necessity. It is rooted in the values of patriotism, selflessness, and inclusive progress. A strong country is built by strong and capable citizens.
It starts from myself. It starts from you. Think of this country as the best thing to happen and think that you actually hold the ace towards developing it. And once you're doing that, you are encouraging the next person to also think the same way. Let us have a reoriented mindset that indeed this country can be better if we want it genuinely to be.
Championing Nigeria First is a framework for nationhood built on trust, accountability, and a shared commitment to building a peaceful and prosperous Nigeria for generations to come.
People have vested trust and confidence in me. And having come thus far, I believe that I owe the society a whole deal. But I feel that the best way to invest in people is to equip them to be able to be self-sustaining and to be independent, to be able to also be useful to themselves and to the society.
Akwa Ibom State, in the other hand, has championed Nigeria's natural beauty that represents trust and inspire nation building among the people.
Akwa Ibom is a very beautiful place to be, and that's why it is called a destination of choice. And we're so lucky, so privileged that over the last couple of years, God has blessed us with leaders who have come and contributed, their own bricks and mortar towards building the state to be so enviable as we have come to see. Savour in the beauty of nature.
Nigeria First calls upon every citizen, regardless of background, ethnicity, political leaning, or creed, to place interests of the nation above personal growth.
What is most important for any true Nigerian is to genuinely love this country. Understand that this is where everything we need can be found. And it behoves on us, actually, to bring our own collective mindset and channel it towards the progress of our country. When we do this as leaders, then those who are following us will see genuinely sincerity, and they will also be encouraged.
Welcome back to the studios where our conversation is on. Even when we go on the break, when we go somewhere else, the conversation in the studio is organic and it's interesting. But let's allow TC Max to give us more music, then we will continue our conversation.
Wish list, and I'm a wish list. Topping on my wish list, trust me, I'm on my peace of mind. I don't wanna do things where fake and they complicate my life. Do like I don't notice when they try me, I don't even take them serious. I still focus on the prize, every day I go try. They won't carry me go where I don't know. I know they got my mind the station on the cross. Even for days when I day your lunch, I know they send waiting last man go talk. Peace of mind, ease my mind, I ease my mind. I pray that love it won't be a wasted time. Steady on the go and switching sides. Oh, switching sides. One Nigeria, we can't switch no sides. Hey, day for my country, we can't switch no sides. It's a one Nigeria, we gotta love each other, we gotta support the one Nigeria, we gotta do each other, gotta love one Nigeria. Oh, say na peace of mind, na my peace of mind, na peace of mind. Say it up in my wish list, trust me, I'm on my peace of mind. I don't wanna do things with fake, and they complicate my life. Do like I don't know things when they try me, I don't even take them serious. I still focus on the prize, every day I go try. It's a one Nigeria, we gotta love each other. Oh. It's a one Nigeria, we gotta support. It's a one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Say na peace of mind, na my peace of mind. Oh, peace of mind. Oh, peace of mind. Oh, it's a one Nigeria, we gotta support each other. Hey, it's a one Nigeria, we gotta love one another. Hey, hey, yeah. Oh, peace of, for east we go peace of mind, for west we got peace of mind, for north we need peace of mind, for east we need peace of mind, peace of, say one Nigeria, oh, one Nigeria.
TC Max, I thought you promised you were going to do a rap. I can't wait to help Nigeria fast. Here we are today, Weekend Deal. We're getting it right. TC, this one at Expo. Okay, we've been having some very interesting entangles behind the scene, and we've got to know that many people are of the same mind, but we just need to bring it to the fore where many of our young people can harness and truly understand what it means to be a great patriot. And it's quite humbling to learn that Honorable Bashir Abubakar was not born into the customs. He wasn't even born into the chair, this Weekend Deal chair where he's sitting. He walked in today. And the reason why we can celebrate him and invite him to join us is because he platformed his patriotism on very humble beginnings to the extent relentlessly he built, and that's how we can count on him to champion our cause and put Nigerian first all the time. Honorable Bashir, tell us how the journey began. You lost your mom early, but you didn't give up, did you?
Well, Thelma, it's a long story, but then it has to be said. From time to time, I discuss my personal life with people that matters, especially my immediate family, my children. I lost my mother at tender age when I was in primary school. I think we are talking of like 52, 53 years ago. And I hadn't finished primary school then. And you can imagine somebody growing from a royal family, a polygamous family, to say, where there are a lot of children. There are a lot of other siblings that in the same compound with you, that you are either not the same father or not the same mother or both. But in the culture, in Hausa culture, you discover in a family, you find other children that belong to, I mean, you people are cousins.
Yes.
But you grow up together and you eat together. And it was really interesting. So, having lost my mother at tender age, that age, to say, I was taken aback to a large extent. But then I had to now be encouraged through my uncle. And I did a lot, let me cut you a word behind the scene, to see that, yes, I grow up. Because as a young man then, you don't have anybody that you can go to straight and says, look, I saw in those days goody. Mommy, I want to buy goody, or I want to buy Accra. So along the line, there is this famous family in Zaria that deal in this local soap, soda. We call it soda. It's a local
Yeah,
washing
we know it.
soap. Very good. So sometimes, especially weekends, I had to maybe go to that family, give 1 shilling then. Then from that 1 shilling, you go there in the morning and pick the product. Then I will make sure that I go far away from my own domain to sell it from house to house.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, whatever any quantity, the quantity of that 1 shilling will give you 3 pence. That is, we call it taro in Hausa. So I was very sure of every weekend I had CC, because taro is 3 kobo, then 1 shilling was 12 kobo. Taro is 3 kobo. CC is half of a shilling. That is 6 kobo.
6 kobo.
So I made sure every weekend I had that CC. So going to primary school, with the pocket money our uncle used to share for us, and also back up with my own, I was always on top of my younger ones, my other friends. That is how it went, and then up to secondary school. And by the time I was in secondary school, we happened to grow within the royal family, where we had a lot of people engaged with our uncles, because our uncles, a lot of them had traditional titles, just like I have now, and they had animals, that is horses, and the horses have to be fed. So in most cases, we go to the bush, find grass, go to where the caretakers of the horses or our uncles are, and then we sell, and we now add something on top, and we make profit.
Wow.
Secondly, we go to other houses. There is this remnants from the grains that animals so much love. So we find out they call it dusa. So we found out, we check in such families if they have for sale. So when they give us, we now add something and sell it outside.
Oh my goodness.
So this is how one started. And by the time I was in university, that is Abu, I started going to abroad first when I was a student.
Wow.
Of Ahmadu Bello. Yes, because our bursary, my own bursary then was 420 naira per annum, being paid to all the students of Kaduna State. There were 3 categories. The arts classes, they were receiving 370, if I remember. Then those of us that are were in environmental design, we were receiving about 420. Those in pure sciences, like medicine and co, I think they were collecting up to 500 and something naira.
Wow.
So my own money, with the little I had, the first trip to London, my ticket was 340 naira return
Oh my
ticket.
goodness.
Already thinking global.
Yeah, sure.
Was that a business trip or?
A friend of mine told me that there is a particular season in London when you go, you buy things at a giveaway price.
Oh.
During sales.
During
And of
sales.
course, virtually this time around.
Yes,
around
exactly.
November, December.
Yeah, sales.
By then, the summer goods are going, and the winter clothes are coming
in.
And when you go, whatever you buy, you now get about 70 to 80% discount.
Wow.
So that
was the entrepreneur in you already.
Exactly. So that was part of what really encouraged me. And when I made the first trip, and I came back, I was able to get my ticket back, the money for my ticket.
Wow.
I was able to make a lot of profit.
Amazing.
Then along the line, I had a friend also whose uncle was working with the agricultural department of Kaduna State. And so he got a business, then they call it LPO, to supply electrical equipment. And the value of the contract then, I remember very well, was about 2,000 something naira, and I hadn't that much to execute that contract. The friend, I used the friend as a link. He knows the uncle, he is his uncle, but this my friend is not interested in business. Whatever I do, let us come and see what we do with the profit. My classmate in the university.
Honorable Bashir is smiling.
Yes.
As we journey down this
beautiful memory.
Good days indeed.
So I had very good roommates in the university. He's from Zamfara State, and apparently he lost his dad around 1972. The dad had a construction firm, and he was the eldest, and he happens to be attached to the company as a director then, even though he was a student. But there were other people running the company. So I had to plead with him to see how he can give me some money to execute that project.
Your contract.
And that was the first time I got a signed check of 1,000 naira to go to Bissau. I still remember the journey. I went to Bissau, cashed the money, 1,000 naira. Came back, we bought the cathodes, fluorescent lights, and we supplied. And guess what? I made a profit. My own share then was about 500 and something naira.
Oh, goodness.
And that was somebody's bursary.
That's what I'm telling
Amazing,
you.
amazing.
So that has really encouraged me.
Okay.
And I kept on. And today I'm where I am. And
Yes.
it is part of history now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. A lot of people would argue that the reason why a lot of youths are struggling with patriotism is because Nigeria is not as kind to them as it was to your generation. Because my father is of your generation. My father went abroad. The moment they saw his certificate, he did well in his school, secondary school. He went to Aston University. And that's why a lot of us were abroad with him and born there and all that. But I want to say something. A lot of your people say, we ate the university. We had tickets, we go and eat. We enjoyed so much. Today, our youth, just history. Could it be the reason why the youth here today are struggling with patriotism? But I hear that NTA Mina is telling us how to inspire patriotism. So let's go to Mina. When we come back.
He said he can answer.
Okay, he can answer. Okay,
Yeah,
so I was thinking we'll go to Mina, come back, and
answer.
then you talk. But now tell us, Nigeria is not as kind to us as it was to your generation. Talk about that.
Well, Patience, this is a narrative statement, if I can. Otherwise, in all honesty, I think I will tend to agree with what is happening today.
Thank you.
And if you remember, you put your mind a few minutes back, I told you, you see, patriotism comes where there is justice. Where there is openness. But at the same time, when you look at, we have been clamoring for the military to go, that the only path to justice is democracy.
Democracy.
And today we are deeply into democracy. Over 20 years of democratic experience in the country. And we are still, I think, let me quote you, going the way Nigeria is going. I think in my own mind, the major issue is what I said before, that we only go on the path of celebration or encomiums. There is no punishment. I can tell you, if today Nigeria can lead by example, the entire African nation
will follow suit.
It will follow suit. Today, I'm very, very pleased with the National Assembly recently.
Okay.
Yes, when they mentioned that they are thinking, in fact, I think the voting is ongoing, that they want death punishment for kidnappers, and even accomplices.
Yes.
This is part of what we need to be hearing in Nigeria. I'm not particular about the death sentence, but particular about punishment.
Consequences for
wrongdoing.
That is the only thing that can make Nigeria go back to its former self.
Okay.
Let me tell you, any Nigerian leader who can put some people behind the bar, I'm talking about corruption. Any Nigerian leader who can face corruption, give just 10% on dealing with corruption, he doesn't need to campaign.
Okay.
And I stand to be corrected anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Honorable Bashir. Let's hurry quickly to Mina. Thank you very much for that. You are inspiring patriotism in us. And Mina said, now, our package is ready. This is exactly the area that we want to delve in, and we say, come on, please walk right in with your mini documentary. Let's learn and let's grow. Mina, take it from here.
Mina, the heartbeat of Niger State, will see everyday proof that Nigeria's strength lies in her diversity. Here, cultures blend effortlessly, languages meet with respect, and our shared identity as Nigerians binds us stronger than anything that tries to divide us. And here in Mina, we are reminded every day that Nigeria is worth celebrating. Our creative innovators and young people continue to shine, proving that patriotism is not a slogan, but a lifestyle.
If you can see here, they have set of cushion. The material there is straight. All are made in Niger State. The fabric you are seeing there is from Tatuko village. You can see it depicts Baje people, it depicts Niger State, and it depicts Nigeria at a large. You can also see by your left side, you can see it's a tie and dye product. All is also made in Niger State here. The material there is chemical and water. And you can see at your back there is vertical loop. Those ones majorly practiced in UK land. And also you have at the other side is horizontal loop. That is where the material you are seeing on those cushions were made from. I also want the youth to be patriotic and be using made in Nigeria products. I think it will go a long way in promoting our unity, culture.
For me, putting Nigeria first begins with protecting our stories. If you can see the work I'm doing here, it's basically about culture and their uniqueness. I love the Wape's attires, their dance, and that's why I'm painting this. The movement is so unique. If you look behind me, I particularly love culture, and basically the three ethnic groups in Nigeria use pot and calabash, and that's why one of the basic way to know a Nigerian or an African, it's putting a pot in a woman's hair, and most artists love such kind of painting. We as Nigerians, as the indigenous people of this very beloved country, we are very happy, we are very joyful, we are strong, we overcome our challenges. And these are the key things I strongly focus on each time I'm painting. And my paintings speak of excitement, strength, and love of one another, unity in diversity.
When we stand before the beauty of Gurara waterfalls, we are reminded that Nigeria is blessed beyond measure. This natural wonder inspires us to protect our land, our people, and our unity. In the quiet strength of Shiroro Lake, we see the calm resilience of our nation, steady, powerful, and full of promise. These smiling faces are the soul of Mina. They remind us that patriotism begins with the people we see every day.
Nigeria is ours, and we are not likely to abandon it for another country. Giving yourself to the fatherland, perspective of either you call it fatherland or motherland, but it's to stand up for the country, because we don't have another geographical location that we can call our own. Nigeria is ours, We don't have to cross the desert to Libya, to Libya, to Libya and die in the desert. And no, we don't want to cross Mediterranean in the hope of going to Italy and get drowned. Nigeria is in a difficult crossroads, and it's a very good country, very wealthy country.
If you look at the essence of setting up the National Youth Service Corps, that is the NYC, is for you to move outside your station, your state, and see what others have in other cultures, other parts of the world, for you to learn one or two things. But that is being defeated in the sense that you see youths calling for the deployment. We have to call on the relevant organization, people maintain where they have been posted to, so that they can have one or two things to learn about the culture of other parts of the country. And by so doing, patriotism will increase in the nation.
To champion Nigeria first is to celebrate our diversity, honor our culture, and build unity in everything we do. From Mina to every corner of our great nation, let us choose Nigeria first, always, and forever.
Right. Oh, welcome back. Thank you so much. We always tell you that we are here every weekend to ensure that your weekend starts, or you enjoy your weekend. Yesterday I would have said start, but now we're already in the weekend, so the weekend is beautiful. We tell you to join the conversation, and each time we tell you join our conversation. Thelma, have people joined our conversation? Confirm. They
are joining excitedly and unrelentingly. Thank you so much, Patience. In fact, someone says here that I've never met Honorable Abubakar personally, but I do know so many lives that he has touched and continues to touch. I've asked him nicely to please let us have his name. Okay, he says his name is Martins from Niger State. And he said he's heard a lot about you and the inroads you are making. You know, we often say it takes a village. Okay, someone said, good morning, I'm an orphan with no mom or dad. I'm living with my grandma and my brother. Grandpa's story that grandma tells us tears us all up. But rather than give up, his story inspires us to do better, be greater, and to change the narrative for the few who are unable to lift themselves up. We want to know who you are. Okay, Aisha's grandma has become a family friend.
Yes.
And she says, you guys are doing a wonderful job. I love you all. Please keep the flag flying. I said let me just take one more. Someone said, I'm Edwin Edachi from Makadi. He says, if all citizens truly will see Nigeria as their home and not just their ethnic or local government areas, Nigeria will grow faster, further, swifter. Thank you so much, Edwin Edachi from Makadi in Benue State. So we saw our brother. We saw a glimpse of our brother earlier, Suleiman Babajia Usman, and there's a reason why we're going back to him now. He has another wonderful friend with him today. Courtesy him, we're enjoying this beautiful,
look at our
t-shirt.
Well, thank you, Thelma, for that brief introduction. And trust me, we are all dressed by the Moremi fashion empire. And the man behind this is right here with us this morning. He is Dr. Deji Ige. He's a poet, a fashion designer, also the CEO of Moremi Fashion Empire, Deputy General Manager at Innovate Hub Abuja. And despite all of this, you find time to be with us this morning. Obviously, you're a very busy man, Deji, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us this morning.
Yeah, it's indeed fantastic to be here anytime.
Now, Moremi Fashion Empire. Of course, Moremi is a huge reference when we talk about Nigerian history. Now, what message, or what message were you trying to, pass with that name attached to your fashion brand?
Okay, the first message I'm trying to pass with the name Moremi Fashion Empire is pride of identity. So we all know Queen Moremi in the Yoruba history, the most prominent figure in the Yoruba history. My daughter is Moremi. My daughter is Moremi. So I named the fashion brand partly after Queen Moremi, the most iconic female figure in the Yoruba history that saved the entire Yoruba race. Then partly after my daughter Moremi. So basically, but the ultimate thing is the pride of identity. If this is Afrocentric brand, if it's a Nigerian brand, why wouldn't you carry Nigerian identity? Hence, Moremi Fashion Empire.
Oh, wonderful. And then, you know, for a lot of Nigerians now, it's amazing to see that despite the fact that you are making money from your art, you know, you're doing poetry, you're an academia, of course, now you are into fashion. For 4 years now, you've been doing this, and
yes,
you find a way to carve this, you know, cultural identity into this business. How has it been so far?
So far, so good. I'm going to confess, it's been very fantastic. Apart from the part of an entrepreneur, which it's not easy doing business, you have to be on your toes, you have to keep at it. But the other aspect of the Nigerian identity to the business, anywhere I go, when I wear Moremi, people who patronize our customers, they keep coming back and calling, wow, somebody saw this and they asked where, and they love this. And anytime I'm out of the country, believe me, I don't wear any other thing other than Moremi. A lot of people even order, okay, please, where did this come from? What map is this? I was a map of Nigeria. Oh, okay, this is a map of Nigeria. So more like low-key teaching people what Nigeria looks like in shirts like this, and they will be wondering what design is this, and I'm saying is map of Nigeria. Then on the other icons we have in Moremi, Odudua, Eware the Great or Bioware the Great, we have Queen Idia, we have Nefertiti, we have Tutankhamun, we have the map of Nigeria, map of Africa. You remember, Moremi Fashion Empire is Afrocentric brand. It's about Africa, but deeply rooted in Nigeria. So people keep asking questions, who is this? And I would say it's Queen Idia. Queen Idia was the first queen mother in the Benin, the entire Benin kingdom. And so, okay, why was she queen mother? Then the history will begin. Who is Odudua? And who is Moremi? So
it's more like a spark, something that you stimulate conversation. And yes, it's Afrocentric, but you can never run away from the fact that Nigeria is the giant of Africa. So that completely we understand. And then if you look at it, of course, you face challenges when you're trying to project this identity, of course, especially in this business cycle.
Yes.
What are those hurdles so far you have encountered?
Wow. Hurdles around Nigerian identity in relation to having a business that is centered around Nigerian identity. You will meet a lot of cynics, people who are just naturally and committedly cynical. They don't want to see the positive side, but don't blame them. Some people are wired that way. But you meet the believers and the optimists. So tilt towards those people, join your voice to theirs, let your voices be louder, and the cynics will be suppressed. It's a natural instinct. Now you and I, we're wearing the Nigerian identity, we're wearing Moremi. While on set, some other people are listening to our story, the way we are telling the glory of the nation in diversity, in art, in fashion. And believe me, the cynics will be converted gradually. You don't feed a child that is malnourished in one day. It's a gradual process. So for me, the cynics are there, but I let my voice be louder than theirs and be more resilient than theirs. They will be converted.
So when you say converted, I can't help but to link this conversation to some level of spirituality, because
there's spirituality to it.
You're looking for converts now. Now, Nigerian identity and pride in Nigeria identity are two separate entities.
Yes.
Now, certainly you pride yourself in the latter.
Yes.
Should every artist, should all entrepreneurs, have that mindset to help sell this the pride in Nigeria identity? Because if you look at it, this is what we have. This is our soft power that we are selling to the world, that the world is receptive to.
I believe pride of identity is mystery mixed with magic. And it's in the way you answer your father's name, even when there is no kobo to your name. Just believe me. Remember, a lot of us come from villages, from small homes, from humble beginnings, but we do not drop our father's name. It's called pride of identity.
And look at this, look, okay, fine. Okay, I was just showing, look at these pictures. Look at them. These wonderful designs.
Ah, yes. And that's the pride of identity right there. You see, first, you are Nigerian before you are any other thing. And I tell you, if you do not project your home well, others will help you heap insults on your home. And at the end of the day, it's yours to carry, whether you like it or not. And believe me, when you have pride of identity, first, the confidence is more. It's more eloquent. Then what do you stand to lose by telling good of your country? Believe me, there are tales of war everywhere across the world. Most countries suppress their tales of war, project more of their tales of glory. We have a lot of tales of glory that come out of Nigeria and tales of glory that are still coming out of Nigeria. Why do we mellow down on such tales of glory, telling of the war? After all, if you travel to any country, if you relocate, if you japa here and there, can you japa with the entire lineage? You cannot. There's always something tying you home.
Yeah.
Only selfish people say, burn the home. Why would you? So, Nigeria is all we've got. And this is the only thing we can hand over to our children.
And trust me, Dr. Deji Ige, the media is a powerful tool which we often use to tell our stories. Now, I like the fact that if we don't tell, you say if you don't tell our story, other people will decide to tell our story from their own perspective. Now, as a PhD holder in the media arts,
yes.
Now, how can you further buttress this point in the sense that, because we've seen reports from the CNN, the Al Jazeera, and sometimes when they talk about Nigeria, we see the gory details, that they put out there to the world. How do we begin to change this narrative as we travel down this lane?
First and foremost, bad news is good news. Bad news make good stories. So when you see the international media come to any country, they fish for the bad news because that sells faster. So, but the burden is on you as a citizen of a country, as media practitioners in Nigeria, to highlight more of the good news, of the tales of glory. So how do we begin? First, we must make the commitment to it in whatever form. The media houses must insist on telling whatever news they are going to broadcast, whatever programs they're packaging, should have at least doses of the good news coming out of Nigeria. And I'm not saying suppress the voices of the negativity that cannot be overlooked in the country. Don't get me wrong. Let everything flow. But why not highlight the good news? When we have a lot of them coming out of Nigeria. International media will never, I repeat, never do that for you. They will just sprinkle a little and say, oh, there's something in Nigeria, somebody invented airplane. All right, let's move to the next news. Something in Borno. This is what you will hear. So, the media here must do the job.
And trust me, that is what NTA has been doing, of course. In fact, we've done that wonderfully well, especially when you have the likes of Thelma and Patience in the studio. I'm sure they are looking forward to engaging you as well. But before they do that, let's just take this break. And after that, of course, we'll take more. All right, thank you for staying with us. The show is still Weekend Deal, showing on the largest TV network in Africa. And before the break, we were chatting with Dr. Deji Ige. Of course, he is the CEO of Moremi Fashion Empire. And of course, we were going to ask, or rather give opportunity to Thelma and Patience to, ask one or two questions.
Thank you so much, Suleiman. Thank you for the big opportunity, because we're just looking at you, enjoying all the conversation. Waiting happen. Anyways, Deji, well done, and thank you for all you do. You are championing Nigerian first, and you're doing it one design at a time. Well done for pushing that good narrative about Nigeria. But again, I would ask you, what do you think we should do My first question to you would be, how would you rate the level of patriotism among the youth as it is now? And what can we do if it's low? What can we do to up it? And if it's high, what can we do to sustain it?
Right. First, the level of patriotism among the youth is quite low. Okay. I'll be very honest on that. But there is hope. Okay. I would anchor the hope I have to an adage which says, until the lions learn to tell their story, the tale of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. Now, I would charge the lions within our society. The lions now, in this metaphor, are the patriots. They are the believers. They are the converts already, the patriots and the believers. We should not stop telling the tale of glory around Nigeria. And if there is nothing glorious to tell in the present, let us pick something glorious to tell from the past that can usher us into the future. Sometimes in a moment in your life, you may not have any beautiful tale to tell, but go to the past to fish some very fantastic tales of glory and almost magical. Bring them to the present. Believe me, they will propel you into the future. This is what we need to tell to the youth. We are still Nigerians that did it those days. Our forebears, the same blood runs in our veins. The DNA is still in us. So we call the resilient spirit, the ingenious spirit, back to action. That will propel our youth to the future.
That's so amazing. You know, behind the scenes, I was saying, Dr. Deji, you have sense. Hi. This one is then patriotic sense again. That's two special senses inside Dr. Deji's own sense.
My head is swelling.
Okay. Okay. On a more serious note, a good thing you have the opportunity regularly to work with young people. I know what happened with our children when they interfaced with you and others of your ilk at Innovate Hub recently. They are still talking about the amazingness of that special moment. I'm looking at collaborations. Yes. You know, you're doing something with design, fashion, enterprise. We had somebody like a month ago or 2 months ago who did all this Moremi idea with books and which you can push to young people. I see an ideal world where Dr. Deji and Mr. John Edoga and even the other lady are partnering together, giving the teachers the books to schools. You start with where your location and see how you can push it nationwide. What are the great plans for 2026? My doctor with plenty sense.
Thank you. So 2026, I've made up my mind to push the boundaries. I had the burden of finally nailing my doctorate degree in 2025, which I nailed first Q1 of 2025. Next, thank you. 2026 is going to be a year of great partnership, especially in the entertainment industry, in entrepreneurship, in innovation space. Now, what you said, I intend to drag a lot of people on board, especially in projecting the Nigerian image, the patriotism around Nigeria through art, through fashion, through poetry, which is my first love, and within the innovation space where I'm well grounded on a daily basis. So a lot of collaboration would definitely happen next year. Creativity, art, patriotism, innovation, and national development.
And thank you, Thelma. And trust me, if you're listening to Dr. Deji, even if you feel your spirit is down, he has a way of, reawakening that spirit, which I love about you. And then for young, fashion designer, for creatives, young creatives who are really aspiring to be, to stamp their foot on this industry, what would be your advice to them?
First advice is resilience. You cannot give up. The breaking point may just be right in your face every time. You cannot give up. But at some point, the hustle will pay. As you're talking for Nigeria, the hustle will pay. Last, the hustle will pay. So you cannot give up. And if you don't give up, it's more rewarding when you don't give up. But one major thing you should pay attention to is carve a niche. You have to carve a niche for yourself. Like, let your brand be known for something and with something very unique. And how else can you actually market your brand that is rooted in Nigeria, if not through Nigerian identity? Do you want to start branding your things around Europe or America when your store is in Utako? How do you want to do that? You'll be called an imposter. And you are actually an imposter. So if you're Nigerian, you want to sell a brand to the world that you want people to say, oh, where does that come from? You now want to brand it around California? How? You don't even know where that is on the map. You don't have a visa to go to America. Now you want to make your brand around. So find something within your locality. Moremi Fashion Empire, we found Queen Idia. Go check our brand, Queen Idia. We found Oduduwa. We found Moremi. We found Oba Eware. These were great, great icons from Nigerian history, even before Nigeria was Nigeria. So we extended to Africa. We found Nefertiti, we found Cleopatra, we found Tutankhamun. So Europeans are asking me questions. Americans are asking me questions. What is this? Who is this? And with Moremi brand, you will go to our Instagram. We tell the stories of these icons through the brand, and people are learning.
And trust me, Deji, to add to that collection of heroes, I will also give you some names after the show to capture the Nupe Kingdom as well.
I trust you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Deji, for speaking to us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your vision with us and for dressing Nigeria with pride. That I love so much about you. And ladies and gentlemen, please stay with us, because much later in the show, Deji will be doing a poetry piece titled I Will Tell of Our Glory.
I Will Tell Our Glory.
Please, you don't want to miss that. But right now, we are heading straight to Kaduna. I don't even know what that story is all about, but Thelma will guide us. Thelma, what the story is about Kaduna?
The story for Kaduna, of course, it synergizes with Champion Nigeria First. So in Kaduna, we want to know more about how they are platforming their patriotism on unity and cultural pride. Kaduna, take it from here.
Nigeria is a tapestry of many colors, woven from cultures, kingdoms, languages, and dreams. In Kaduna, we see a glimpse of the Nigeria we aspire to build, a Nigeria where tribes are not barriers, where faiths coexist, and where innovation springs from collaboration, a future where we celebrate where we come from. Who should champion this future for Nigeria? The answer is clear. Leaders who put Nigeria first, men and women who lead with integrity, who rise above selfish interest, who listen, innovate, and unite.
If we must do this, we must start from our religious institutions, where we will value the other and do what our scriptures has told us. The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
We are one family under God. And that's why the preamble of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria say we are people around this place. We gather together to speak together, to sign this document, to work with this document as one Nigerian under God. That was the concept of Nigeria, to serve as one people under God, authority. And we therefore feel that for me as Nigerians, what is most important is for us to work together to keep this country together.
To succeed, this generation needs opportunity, education, security, mentorship, and the freedom to dream.
The Nigerian youth, please, I am begging you, with everything that you hold valuable in life, that we should create content that will promote unity in our society. You know, creativity, innovations will only thrive in an environment that is peaceful. It will not thrive in an environment that is chaotic. It's not possible. Nobody will even have time to look at your content or even reason about what you create. But if we have a peaceful environment where we tolerate each other's culture, the cultural differences and the rest, we will tend to appreciate each other.
The billionaires of nowadays are high-tech based. They use startups to build technology, and to innovate. And this is an opportunity before this generation which they can use. Yes.
From the flowing waters of River Kaduna to the warm smiles of its people, this is the Nigeria we dream of: beautiful, diverse, united. This beauty reminds us of who we are and who we can become when we stand together. Unity, integrity, innovation, cultural pride. This is the Nigeria we choose. This is the Nigeria we will build.
Say, you know say nobody perfect. Tell me why society don't tell me darkest. If you move different then you gon' be the target. Many people pretend so they go for reach your pocket. Where I have been, I don't let them know. Things that I've seen, I don't let it show. I cover my business like, oh my God. Let the evil plans fail one by one. I came from the hood without no permit. I came from the place where we were righteous. To make it out then you gon' need a rocket just to cross the fence. You know this Latin is all a process. So Mr. Grateful for every progress. I get gratitude and then I focus on my foreign affairs. Say, yeah, we here for the dollar. Foreign affairs. Chasing on my foreign affairs. Jackpot, for the dollar. Foreign affairs. Now foreign affairs. Now foreign affairs. Say, I've been doing this for a long time. Got me stepping on fire. I just wanna get higher. Nah, good luck I desire. Steady, I've been on the grind. I just wanna be alright. Got me working all night. You know say nobody perfect. Tell me why society don't tell me darkest. If you move different then you gon' be the target. Many people pretend so they go feel with your pocket. Where I have been, I don't let them know. Things that I've seen, I don't let it show. I cover my business like, oh my God. Let their evil plans fail one by one. I came from the hood without no permit. I came from the place where we were righteous. To make it out, then you gon' need a rocket just to cross the fence. You know this Latin is all a process. So me so grateful for every progress. I give attitude then I focus on my foreign affairs. Oh, we here for the dollar, foreign affairs. Chasing on my foreign affairs. Jackpot, we here for the dollar, foreign affairs. I'm on a foreign
affairs. Okay then, TC Max. Well done, great. In fact, and the amazingness of this championing Nigerian Fest, the experience has been totally awesome. Getting to platform our joy this morning with the likes of Honorable Bashir Abubakar, TC Max, Dr. Ige, Patience Sule, we all, is so phenomenal. I'm inspired and I'm so happy that no matter what comes my way, it's Nigeria first every time, all the time. Messages are coming in. Some were specific for Honorable Bashir. So I'll just take 1, 2, and then I know Godwin has beckoned with sports. Okay, let me just take this now quickly. Someone says that Honorable Bashir has spoken very well. But we need to also begin to speak to people that it's Nigeria first, not my community, not my family, not my local government area. And it's people like him who can help us champion that message. Thank you very much. Someone, tell us your name and where you are reaching us from. Someone says also that religious bigotry and ethnicity is destroying Nigeria. Let's work on this and think about morality, equal rights and justice. And of course, loyalty to country will then try. This is Tom D from Zonkwa in Kaduna State, from Honorable Bashir State. You know, I was thinking when Dr. Ige was talking and how excited it made me feel. If you don't find something from now to celebrate, please feel free to take a walk into history. Go to your ancestors, go to your lineage, your generations before, and pick something. And the way I aligned it in my mind, I was like, if, for example, a house near you is burning, or even your own house is burning, you're not going to walk away from it and say, I'm going to build a new one, especially in this interesting times. You're going to ask your neighbors, people in your community, in your streets, to help you to come put out the fire. And if you are lucky, they will also contribute their little they can to ensure that your house gets stabilized once again. Can we now liken that to Nigeria first? Think not what your country can do for you all the time. Every now and again, can we see what we can do to grow this country and put it, of course, where it belongs, on the global platform?
Well, let me attend to that comment, which is a very good one, Nigeria first. You see, part of the problems we have in Nigeria, where we got it wrong from the beginning, in terms of all these religious problems, tribal problems. From day one, if you look at early 60s, our leaders, you hardly find somebody with master's or PhD. Let me put it as an opportunity, especially in the northern part, where you will discover maybe somebody has passed on through so many courses, maybe first degree or thereabout, or even in some cases, diploma in some cases. But you see, a lot of them had chances to exhibit that chances from their domain first, because charity begins at home. If all along your life you have been palmsec, you have been minister, you have been this, but there is nothing to show from your own community with all the positions you held.
Absolutely.
It is part of what generated problems, particularly in northern Nigeria.
Wow.
So those people have now finished their life in the civil service or in whatever career they have, regimented career, so to say, and then they now discover that they have nobody in their respective societies.
Wow, nothing to show.
Nothing to show. So what can they do? The next thing is to see if to somebody, depending on the society he belongs to, he makes sure he harnesses the youth, the elders, to start giving ideas that, okay, this is what we want, and we are deprived of this because of so person or because of so people. And this is part of the problem. So giving narration or giving history on how one started life is to encourage youth that start from your locality.
Yes.
You can't start climbing ladder from the top. You start from the bottom.
Absolutely.
Now, when you look at all those achievers you see in Nigeria, you will discover that sometimes even from their family background,
yes,
they have been notified.
Yes.
They have been identified. Yeah. They have been recognized before going, growing gradually, and then they got now to the promised land. Yeah. I think this is part of what we are trying to show to our, and then to inform our youth that wherever you belong. You remember I mentioned the quotation from Professor Jerry Ghana, our father, who said, whatever thing you are doing,
do it well.
Do it well. So anything you are doing, it is when you do it well from your locality, that at local government level you will be identified, at the state level you will be identified, at the federal level you will be identified, and even at the world level. People like Martin Luther King didn't start from the top, they started from the bottom.
Yes.
People like late Obafemi Awolowo, people like late Zik, people like Saduna of Sokoto, they all started from their localities.
Yes.
So this is exactly what we are trying to tell our young youth, that they should be patriotic, but let's see it on the ground, from your own environment. If I tell her, let it be that when you promise somebody to come on so date,
pick your clothes,
you are able to deliver that same day. Let it be that when somebody overpays you money, you immediately identify the balance and return that balance to him. So these are the things we are talking about with regards to our youth. Today, I will tell you, from my background, my former working place, I worked with the Nigerian Customs Service for 33 years. At one time, we discovered that Nigerians go to China and import goods from China. What is happening gradually? What started happening gradually? Now, Chinese people now bring the goods by themselves. Later on, they are now clearing the goods by themselves. Later on, they are selling the goods wholesale.
They're even here now.
And later on, they are now selling it on retail. The reason is lack of trust to our young chaps here in Nigeria. Why? They have been tested and they failed. As a custom officer, we were able to identify all these problems. There are so many ways of transactional business. Back-to-back LCs, bills for collection, and so on and so forth. You go to another country, you have money to buy maybe 10 tons of goods, then maybe you did it twice.
Yeah.
Then out of trust, the manufacturer said, okay, I'm sending you 20,000 tons this time around. So 10,000 you have paid for it. The remaining 10,000, when you sell, return the money to me. We are already partners in progress. We know ourselves. Now, probably you are able to succeed by sending his money back in the first instance. The second one, you have already changed your passport. You no longer go there. And a lot of Nigerians are being arrested, they are imprisoned in so many countries around the globe because of that trust issue. So we are calling on the youth. Once you can be yourself, once you can be what you are, once you can attend to promises, once you can be honest, you will see sky is your limit.
Of course,
in every aspect of life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because you see, when you say it's my business and you are somebody that is not trustworthy, you're spoiling it for someone else. Or, I mean, for somebody who has duped somebody and you're a Nigerian. If a good Nigerian appears, the first thing that the person think of is the one that duped him. So we must all collectively be trustworthy. Thank you so much. We would allow Godwin take us to the world of sports, and then we'll be right back.
It's enough. Running onto it, they've got a third! Cricket champions here in Morocco. They are winners of the WAFCON.
There's this big prayer that I like to pray for myself. I say, may I not be involved in profitless hard work. Yes, you work so hard. When it's time to reap, you will not be part of it. This is part of the story we're about to tell you this morning on Sports Summit on Weekend Tale. A young lady that toiled so much, but when it was time, injury struck, and that is part of football. This is the story of Uchenna Kanu, a super falcon, joining us on this edition of Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. My name is Godwin Enakana. We'll take a break and we'll be back in a jiffy. Welcome back. And this is when we return, we've got a super falcon right here. Uchenna Kanu is her name. Uchenna, I say good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Sports Summit on Weekend Deal.
Thank you.
Straight up, no time to waste because we don't have plenty of time. Uchenna, what was it like when you were watching your teammates play at the Nations Cup? You couldn't go. The story was that you were injured and you were not fit enough to go. Tell us the story.
I had already started plans for that, visa, the process of getting to Morocco got 3 days to the travel. I was told that I was no longer on the list. That's what happened, not being in AFCON. But I, sitting there watching them, I felt bad that I was part of that great achievement. But also I'm proud of my teammates for achieving that.
You have put together a book about you. Can you tell us what this book is all about?
It's my journey. It's what I've always been passionate about, and I always been vulnerable about my journey and things that things that have happened to me, during the process of becoming Ichinakano, and I put out everything on paper for the people who are supporting me, people who might be having any questions about my journey, to see what the journey looked like for me growing up and up until this point. So that's what inspired it.
The best thing to do is to put your experiences into a book form. And Uchenna Kanu just authored a book that was launched just a few days ago in Lagos. Now, you are fit and ready to go. Are you staying with your present club or you on the move?
Nothing is, concluded yet. And you will see definitely when it's finally sealed. So for now, nothing is sealed and I'm still looking forward to it.
Well, WAFCON is here. That's the Nations Cup for Women that we are the defending champions. March 2026. What targets have you set for yourself, Uchenna Kanu?
Be healthy, which I am right now. And I set a goal of working hard during this off-season to hopefully be called back. It's been tough for me not being with the team and seeing my teammates thrive and do great things. I wish I would be a part of that, and I'm looking forward to getting called back on the team. Of course, looking forward to my next chapter and hopefully something nice and big comes soon. And yeah.
All I can say is that I wish you all the very best in your future endeavor.
Thank you so much, sir.
That's about the size of the show. Sports Summit on Weekend Deal. Like I always ask you to do, keep praying for Nigeria. We don't have any other country. My name is Godwin Enakena. God bless Nigeria.
All right, welcome back to the studios of Weekend Deal. Right now, we go straight to the papers, and I'm starting with Sunday Punch and straight to the leading story. Security emergency. Army freezes retirement of officers. Chief of Army Staff invokes service conditions to expand manpower. Commanders ordered to manage reactions. Military veterans endorse move. Details of all this can be found on page 3. Now to Sunday Telegraph. Okay, terrorism. Tinubu battles to avoid 2015 repeats. Deploys multi-level approach, diplomacy to save government. APC governors support president's move against terrorism. Details of that on page 2. Now to this day. APC governors back Tinubu declare full confidence in president's security drive, pledge complementary measures, implore leaders to shun divisive rhetorics. Rising number of APC governors shows Nigeria's trust, says Sanwo-Olu. Now to the nation, still on insecurity. APC governors back Tinubu to strengthen community-based initiatives. A forum implores leaders to shun divisive rhetorics. Troops rescue 14 kidnapped victims in Enugu forests. Details of this. Of course, you can continue reading the story on page 4. Now to sport, and yes, Thelma, there is Osimhen's story this morning. Eagles face chaotic AFCON build-up. Team fight against Egypt class. Chile faces headache as Akin Somiro still unfit. Osimhen transfer fee. Galatasaray pay final installment. Details of that on page 5, and that is much we can take from the papers. Thelma,
I just need this 10 seconds to say this because while I'm on this Ballon d'Or drive, I know Sime can make it. I will ask on 1 second, please, Nigeria. Osimhen is ranked 8th in terms of opportunity for Ballon d'Or, irrespective of the backwater where he's playing, but because of his talent and his skill. So I know that this is novel to pick somebody from so far, but the world has noticed him and they are taking cognizance of his talent on the field and off the field. Sule, not a word.
I think he just needs to change the club. Trust me, I back him.
Did you hear me say not a word?
To become a Ballon d'Or winner.
Dr. Ige is starting by Thelma and
Honorable Bashir, one more question just before we say thank you and what a wonderful time we're having you. Yes. Youths need mentorship. How do they access it? And what are people like you and others doing to ensure that they get the direction and the guidance that they need?
Well, thank you so much for this question, Thelma. First of all, I think we have organized All Boys Association. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, we had our 45 year of passing out from our old secondary school.
Amazing.
Former Zaria Middle School, former JSS Zaria, now Al-Huda College, Zaria. And within that period, we were able to identify and share, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we opened up and we gave ourselves mandate to start talking to youth. Now, when you at the political angle, if you look at the way the democratic governance is going on, you will have in a local government over 50 different political groups, supporters of this, supporters of... If along the line, whoever that politician that has such groups can be addressing the youth to impart knowledge, to impart idea, to give them what the do's and the don'ts in their respective communities, that will go a long way.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Similarly, we have all these trade groups. We have different societies, organizations. Within that period, just take 10% of your earning and then dedicate it to youth empowerment, youth mentorship, and so on and so forth. And lastly, what you are doing now.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Thank you, sir.
Sure, the media can play a very vital role in this.
God bless you so much,
Thank you
sir.
so
That's
much.
why we are here.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a beautiful master class, and another master classer who is going to come in the way of poetry. He is no other than the one and only, the man we get sense, according to Thelma, Deji Ige. Take it away.
Deji has 2 cents.
Nani, nani, nani. Omolola nani ola. Oma shegita nani ekpogi. For the wisdom of ages, look not to Twitter. It is written in time, not online. Let me tell you a story. It is written with the blood of my forefathers, woven around the tongue of their mother, and it has never been told in a foreign tongue. It is a tale of invention, bravery, and conquest that arrive at the exploits of the gods. They say we come from the land where rivers sing a song, to the sound of horns, gongs, the beat of talking drums, and the happy feet of a resilient people. I was told we are descendants of the immortals, and mortals stronger than the immortals. I was told by moonlight tales of fatherland in the eloquence of mother tongue. Once upon a time, we were kings. From the womb of queens, of our outstanding humans, deities were made. Before ink met paper, somewhere in the west, we cast words in iron, on parchment and scroll, tablet of stone, and the heart of those in search of greatness. We crafted masterpieces with gold, traded far and wide, designed legal tenders, made medicines from herbs and woods, as our lingual invention was a thing of wonder. At the discovery of dignity in my identity, I joined an army of patriots who had Nigeria encrypted in their DNA. So, on a needle or thread, I shall stand to defend our honor. I will make weary any adversary lest they tarry. My songs of revelation I will sing to her in elation, and in swift succession my affection I'll profess in exaltation. Our fences are meant to the end, and from my end this land of honor I will tend. These are my words, words unscripted, thought unguided, my creed to her. In rain or pain, every letter I will remember. In gag or chain, every syllable I will mumble. What binds me to her is stronger than not the name we still can't comprehend, not the pledge we have failed to memorize, neither the anthem we have turned to lullaby, nor the flag we have refused to honor. What binds me to her is stronger than bond, not the oil that blinds our sight, not the bridge across Niger promised to mend our fences, neither the pieces of land around Niger, nor the vision of the colonial entities that bless the union, or the intention of the madam that named the country Niger area. Rather, what binds me to her is in my veins and marrow, the blood we shed for our freedom on this land that has refused to be shared. It's in the texture of my skin and the fabric on it. Call it black, say it white. What binds me to her is a puzzle in the fine stripes of Ange. Call it price, name it price. What binds me to her is my pride in the majesty of Ashoki, the prominence of Ishiagu, and the dignity in their stitches. It's in the east, in the west, in the north, in the south, and the middle of a belt. It's in the sound of their music and the beat of my heart. The eloquence of Gongo, hail the talking drum. The audacity of Agogo, yes, what binds me to her is in the rhythm of Ekwe and the rhymes of Kakaki. It's in the slow whine of Swange and the delicacy of Genge. It's in the women and their virtue, their grace and their curves, the beauty of their names and the magnificence of their essence. Amina led battles from Zazao Kingdom. Moremi taught military tactics in Ile-Ife, Idia, Iyesige, treaded the path on which men faltered. Benin Kingdom was the place Iyoba made a mark. About women waged a war against tyranny and oppression. Fumilayo Kuti drove a car before men could start the engine. It's in a man of valor. Baba Kori Erinigwaje. Baba Kori Akoni Nile Wafida Lalegara. Akimi, Akiko, Akiba.